If you could change any choices you have ever made, would you? You can always make another choice and change the course of your success. Everyone has the potency to make inspired choices. Get ready to listen, share, and experience the creativity that is you. Now, here is the host of Inspired Choices radio show, Christine McIver.
That's right. I'm Christine McIver, and I'm welcoming you tonight to my latest show here on the Inspired Choices show. Tonight, we're talking about what are the gifts of your business to you. I'm really excited about this show because I think I've got some things that most people aren't even aware of that their business brings to them. And yeah, we'll get into that in just a minute. So if this is your first time joining, thank you so much for being here. And I want to just tell you a little bit about who I am. So I'm somebody that's actually been in business for 17 years. I work with business owners and entrepreneurs to really get their message, get their voice out to the world, help them to put a foundation in place so they can really have pleasure with their business and show them the latest tools, the latest things that will make things easier for them and really invite them into their expertise more and more and more. I do that through business coaching. I do that through summits that we put on, our book publishing that we have. In all of these different areas, the end goal is to get their expertise out to the world. So if you're someone who is thinking about, I'd really like to step up more this year, or I would love to have my voice out there greater, do send me an email, Christine@ChristineMcIver.com, and that's MCIVER. So I'm also someone who has had my own show, my own podcast, live radio show now for 15 years. I talk a lot. I'm quite comfortable talking. And yet every time I go to do a show, I'm always like really anticipating what I can bring to the table, a little bit nervous, which is always good because it means that you're going to be present. And being present is key when you want to be communicating your expertise. So let's get into tonight's show. We are talking all about what are the gifts of your business to you. Let me just read tonight's description. Are you an entrepreneur who feels stuck in the grind, unsure if your business is truly giving back to you? It's time to shift your perspective and rediscover the personal gifts your business has to offer. Tonight, I'm going to guide you to learn how to unlock those gifts of your business and elevate both you and your business. We're going to discuss how your business assists in providing unshakable resilience, powerful leadership skills, and emotional intelligence. Your business isn't just about profits. It's about your growth, your fulfillment, and your freedom. You can learn to uncover the transformative gifts waiting for you in your entrepreneurial journey. The secret is really all about you. So I've got a lot I want to go over tonight, and I want to start with the word, and if you're listening to a lot of the shows here on the Inspired Choices Network, a lot of our hosts talk about energy. And I want to start there with your business. Many people, when I talk about your business, they think that they're not quite sure what I mean when I'm talking about the energy of your business. Most of us just think of a business as paperwork or tasks that we have to do. But science has proven that everything is energy. Everything starts with energy. And your business has its own energy as well. It's an entity all on into its own. In fact, if you look at the legal descriptions of your business, it will talk about it being an entity. Your business has its own energy, and the energy of your business is different from the energy of you and your being and the energy of your body. Every single solitary thing has energy. So if you have never thought about your business as having its own energy and it being its own entity, I want you to lean into this tonight, because when you do, you start to really see the contribution that your business has for you and how your business has so many gifts that you've probably never uncovered. All right. So with that, I have a question for you. How do you see your business? If you could put down all your barriers and be very vulnerable, and I was to ask you that question in private, what would you say? How do you see your business? A lot of people, their immediate response is, well, I'm not doing that great. I'm struggling. I'm having a hard time getting clients. The money's not, the cash flow is not there. I'm going into debt. And you can hear in my voice the words that are changing. A lot of us will start to shift to evaluating the business from a financial perspective or then talking about themselves. But you are not your business. How is your business? How do you see your business? Do you see your business as a job? So a lot of people, especially during those 4 years of the pandemic, many people shifted and started their own business. Now, they did that in order to replace a job that they couldn't go to. Nothing wrong with that. And if that was one of you, I want you to ask yourself this question right now. Do you see your business as a job? And of course, a job is something that you're going to work at, and your business is something that you work at. But oftentimes, when we look at a business as a job, what we're doing is we often see it as things we have to do. Many people see their business also as a burden, as something that's not performing for them. Well, if that is something that you're doing, you are right away, you're in the place of judgment and you're not actually working in concert with your business. You're judging it and you've got a lot of expectations. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have desires with your business. I have tons of desires with my business. But when that is your primary focus, that your business is a job, that it's a burden, that it's not giving you what you want, you're really judging the heck out of it. I mean, if that was someone saying those things to you personally, you would probably want to leave. And if that's something that you have been doing, have you felt like your business is quote unquote dying? This is something that many people have experienced in their businesses. What about this? Do you see your business as a passion, as something that you are in love with? Well, that's great. And a lot of people fall out of love. The divorce rate is over 50% around the world, right? If this is a passion project, it's something that you are in love with. You can fall out of love with your business. And I can hear some of you saying, okay, Christine, so if it's not one, or if it's not a burden, or it's not a job, and it's not supposed to be my passion, what is it supposed to be? Well, what if you could start to see your business as your business partner? What if you could see your business as your business partner? So while on paper, many of us will say we're a solopreneur, that we do everything alone, I'm going to challenge you to start to change your mindset on that, because you're not alone in your business. Your business is an entity and it is in partnership with you. When we begin to see our business as a partnership, first of all, we begin to see that we're not alone. We're not alone in this. We also begin to see that there's more than just us contributing to the business. We can also begin to see that it's more than just us coming up with ideas. It's more than just us that wants to succeed. I have a strong belief that every single solitary person has the ability to succeed in life. I believe that we all have the ability to prosper in life. I believe that really there's more money in the world than anybody even realizes how much money is in the world. And that prosperity is available for all of us. Oh, sure, Christine, but I'm looking at my bank account right now and it's not paying my bills. Okay, I understand that. Let's go back to the thoughts about your business. Let's go back to the words that you are using when you are worried, when you are in fear, when you are not being in the present, when you're looking to the past or you're looking to the future, and you're missing being in connection with your business today. That's when you can go into fear. That's when you can go into expectation. As I've said many, many times, a lot of us are looking outside of our businesses and we're comparing our businesses to someone else. In actual fact, what many of us are doing is we're comparing who we are and how we show up in the world. And we're looking at other people who we've deemed successful, and then we're criticizing ourselves. And we're saying, my business is failing. Is your business failing, or are you missing some of these amazing gifts that are available to you? So, really going to dive into this tonight. I'm excited that you are here. If this show starts to really peak for you and you'd like to know more, you can always reach out to me. You can email me, ask me questions. We can get together, have a conversation, and see if there's a way that together we can start to shift your business so it is more of a partner for you. And it's something that you can be excited about, something that you want to invest in each and every day, and something that will change your experience of being an entrepreneur. Because sometimes being an entrepreneur is really difficult. It feels like we are alone. It feels like we do have a lot of burdens, and we're often lost. I know there was many, many times as I was starting my business, I felt I was completely alone, and I honestly did not know which direction to go in. So I oftentimes followed what other people were doing. When I did that, I can tell you things weren't successful for me because that was what was working for them. I wasn't actually present with my business. I wasn't actually present with listening to what would work for me and what the universe was actually asking of me. And you could also use words like what the market, what the clients were saying to you, what people were coming to you for. We oftentimes don't listen. We don't listen to that. I use different tools. One of my tools is human design. And if you're a human design person, I'm a generator. And generators have to wait. We really have to mull over things, and we have to allow the attraction of several people or several messages to come to us before we take action. Well, I was taught that you have to go, and you have to go hard, and you have to work like crazy to succeed. And what actually ended up happening was I was doing a lot of push. No one wants to be pushed. No one wants to see information coming at them with push energy. And what ends up happening is when we're in that, and this is what happened to me, I was pushing people away. I was pushing clients and prospects away because I had this urgency within me that that's the way that it had to go. Well, now I operate in a very different way, and I'm having a very different experience with my business. And that's what I want to invite you into tonight. So we are up for our first break of the show. When we get back, I'm going to dive more into what it looks like. What do these gifts look like? And then we're going to get to what you can do to really cultivate more of these gifts in your business. You're listening to Inspired Choices. I'm your host, Christine McIver. We are on the Inspired Choices Network, and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
Many of us make choices based on our past experiences or based on what others believe. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire for our futures? When you join the Inspired Choices show with business optimization expert Christine McIver, you'll be provoked to look at what is true and what you know, but may not choose, that requires your attention. Christine does not hold back. She brings all her expertise to every show. Are you ready to create and live the life you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email become a host at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is the Inspired Choices Show with business optimization expert Christine McIver. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine at inspiredchoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Well, my friends, here we are tonight. We're talking about what are the gifts of your business to you. Many of us, as I was talking about in the first segment, feel sometimes like we don't have anything coming towards us, that it's all dependent upon us. And as I explained, your business is your partner. And when you choose for it to be your partner, everything can change. Now, one of the biggest things that your business, the gift that your business gives to you, and you might say, oh my God, I hate that part. But one of the things that your business can gift to you is the ability to make you stretch, the ability to have you grow. So here's what we do. We're human beings are so funny. We say, I want this and I want this and I want this and I want all of these things. And then I want them to come with ease. Well, what we really are thinking oftentimes, because I've asked lots of clients, what does that mean? What we're really saying is, I don't want it to have to be a lot of work for me. I want it to just be delivered to me. That's not how it works in business. It's just not. And when you're saying that you want all these big things, right? You want change, you want things to grow, you want expansion, you want new opportunities. Well, what's going to happen is you're going to have opportunities to be challenged to grow. You're going to have opportunities to be challenged to stretch who you are. You're going to have so many things come towards you. And most of us initially, we will say, this is a struggle. Why do these things keep happening? Why do I have to keep upgrading? Why do I have to keep learning? Why do I have to try new things? Why do I have to do this? Why do I have to do that? Listen, if you want something greater, something needs to change, because if it didn't need to change, you'd already have what you want. I'm telling you, the person that started this business 17 years ago and the person sitting here today is not the same person at all. I have had times where I was challenged so much to step up, where I was frightened, where I was overwhelmed. I felt sick. I wanted to run away. There was deep depression at times. There were times when I couldn't pay my bills. It has stretched me in so many directions. I was so frightened when I did my very first show. It was a live radio show, and then it turned into a podcast. I was so frightened. I was so overwhelmed with excitement that I cried tears through speaking for the first 15 minutes. I was I just wanted to throw up. I was so uncomfortable. And I felt like I was making an absolute fool of myself. Well, here we are 15 years later, and I'm still choosing it. It stretched me. It pulled me to step up more and more in my business, more and more to be greater. I wanted to be a speaker. I had that in my heart for a long time, and the opportunity came to me, and I couldn't not say yes. Everything inside of me was screaming, yes, 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 but it stretched me. I had to grow. I had to learn how to do this. You know, a lot of us say that, we want predictability. We just want to know how things are going to be. If you have predictability in your business, if every single solitary thing is the same thing every single day, you're going to get bored. Things are not going to be growing there. And if you want something to grow, I want you to remember things have to change. Ask yourself, do I really want predictability, or do I want an adventure? Who wants to get to their end of their life and go, well, that was cool. That was pretty predictable. I knew what was going to happen. I don't want that. Now, when we learn to communicate with our businesses and we really go into partnership with our business and we start to receive the opportunities and the gifts that our business can bring to us, that adventure can be glorious and it can be prosperous as well. But the way you approach your business has more to do with the success of your business than anything else. If you approached your friend or your partner with judgment immediately before they said anything, if you every day expected something to go wrong, you know you would be pulling that energy to you. Is that what you are doing with your business? Do you see your business as a gift? Or do you see your business as a burden? I would say that many, many business owners see their business as a burden. And that's very unfortunate. One of the gifts, here's one of the gifts that your business gives to you as well, is financial independence. Oh my God, Christine, I wish that I had a daytime job. I wish somebody would just pay me money every day and I just go to work and forget about it and come home. If that was actually true, you'd have already done it. And many people who have their own business, if you really look at the gift of your business, the financial independence that it provides you, if you really look at it, you also have the independence of what to do and when to do it. You're the person that gets to make the decisions. You're the person who has, at the end of the day, all of the rewards. This is the gift of your business, is the financial independence. It can provide financial stability and freedom. It certainly can. And the opportunity as well to create generational wealth for your family. How do you look at it though? Do you see your business as a huge obligation, as a problem? If you see your business as a problem, and you're not having fun in your business and seeing the opportunities that it has brought to you every single day, there's a very strong probability that you're not going to succeed. And of course, success is your definition. But in that sense, I'm talking about feeling financially independent, feeling successful in the way that you can pay your bills and new opportunities are coming. Another fabulous thing that your business brings to you, a gift your business brings to you, is it stretches you to be more creative, right? You can go do a job. And most people out there, and I was in human resources for many, many years, most people are doing their job at about 70%. They're not being challenged. They're not being held accountable to step up and come up with creative ideas. Your business is in an environment now where the same year in and year out will just not create success. And so your business gives you the opportunity to lean into your creativity and to fulfill those creative desires inside of you. But what are the words that you are using? Do you wake up and ask yourself some really cool questions and ask your business some cool questions? Whenever, this is something that I did, and please use this. Whenever I started to create something new in the business, I would ask the question, and I was in so much excitement about new creativity. So when I started to do producing, I started my business, and it was 3 or 4 years before I started. No, actually, it was 5 years before I started producing. So I was doing business coaching and personal coaching. And then 5 years in, I started to produce. So when I started to produce, I asked the question, well, what else? And not from a demand or this isn't enough energy. It was excitement. Oh, this is cool. What else? What else? And I ask that all of the time when something new comes to fruition. And I really strongly believe that my business knows that I desire new, knows that I desire to grow. And I know that it can bring to me the new opportunities, the new possibilities, and the new ideas. I communicate with my business and I ask my business genuinely, what else? What else? And be excited to know that there are so many endless opportunities of creativity in the world. Why not my business? Why not your business? Imagine if just in 2025, you started to look at your business as your partner, as someone who wanted you to succeed, as someone who was there to support you. And you started to even ask that question, what else? What else from an excitement energy? Imagine 1 year from now, what if your business grew by 20%? You know, the bottom line financially, 20% more ability to be seen and to be heard, 20% more clients, 20% more creativity. How would that feel for you? Would that start to shift your perspective of seeing your business as your business partner? I hope. I hope you'll take me up on this. And I hope that it will. You know, business is something that I've always wanted to do since I was a little girl. I really didn't play with dolls. I played with my dad's briefcase and sitting at his desk and playing on the phone and with the adding machine. I always wanted to be in business. There was an energy there of excitement and growth and new opportunities coming. And when the new opportunities came, really stepping up to grow into that opportunity, to succeed at that opportunity. I can visualize my father doing that. I watched him in his business do these things. And that was always something that I wanted to do. I didn't know how that was going to happen. I didn't imagine a business until an opportunity came along. And that opportunity was I was working in human resources, and the pressure and the environment that I was working in became incredibly toxic. And I'm an incredibly sensitive person and I pick up on a lot of things that are going on. Well, I fell into a very deep depression. And from there, I went off on sick leave and I spent over 6 months off on sick leave. And during that time, I knew I couldn't go back into that environment. I thought this was the worst thing that possibly happened to me. It turned out it was the absolute best because it challenged me. It challenged me to step up and have my own back more than I was willing to before. You see, that's another thing that your business is going to give you. Your business is going to challenge you to have the belief in yourself that you can have your own back, that you can succeed. Sometimes it does feel like we're alone, but we're not. Our business is here. It's here to support us. Your business came through you. So because the energy that you are can bring it to be more and more successful in the world. But you've got to start to see your business as the gifts that it gives you. So the business also gives you freedom and flexibility. Now, I can tell you, many of you are probably saying right now, yeah, right. I work around the clock. I don't get holidays. I this and I that. Okay. But I bet you that if you're in your own business, there are times when everybody else is working and maybe you're spending time with a friend. Or maybe other people are working every day, Monday through Friday, and you get to take Monday and Tuesday off, schedule around when it works for you, when you just want to have some space, right? You have flexibility and you have choices. And when you have your systems set up, when you have team members that are supporting you, you build in more of that freedom. You build in more of that flexibility. Again, the perspective you are taking both on yourself and on your business will make a gargantuous difference in how you're able to receive the gifts of your business. Your business does want you to succeed. Your business desires greatly, and your business communicates with you. Do you ever communicate with your business? So, you know, a lot of people think, oh, Christine, you're a little crazy. Like, how the heck can I communicate with my business? Well, like anything, you can communicate because it has its own energy. I have a very good friend. She teaches a lot about communicating with your body. And our bodies have its own energy and it can communicate with us and does all of the time. Your body tells you when you need to go to the bathroom. Your body tells you when you need to sleep. Your body is communicating with you all the time. Well, imagine if you were open to receiving the communication from your business. Just being open to it will start to shift. And you can actually have conversations with your business. Another tool that I use all the time is I use the tool Show Me. When I'm looking for something on my computer and I can't find it, and I have a lot of things on my computer, I'll go, okay, show me, show me, show me, show me, show me, show me. And within minutes, this happens repeatedly, I'll get a thought of where to go to look for it. Boom. That was my business. That was my business speaking to my intuition on what to do. Your business has the ability to communicate with you in so many ways. You've got to turn on your receiver. Are you receiving that information? Do you receive intuitive hits from your body, intuitive hits from your business, intuitive hits from the universe? Or do you think that's just crazy? Well, what if you suspended your doubt, if you suspended the things that you think about with your business and you started to step into it as a partnership? Imagine if you tried something new, you just might get a new result that you've been asking for. Your business has more gifts, and we're going to talk about more of those when we get back after this next break. You're listening to Inspired Choices. We are on the Inspired Choices Network, our home station. I'm Christine McIver, your host, and we'll be back right after these couple of minutes.
Many of us make choices based on our past experiences or based on what others believe. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire for our futures? When you join the Inspired Choices show with business optimization expert Christine McIver, you'll be provoked to look at what is true and what you know, but may not choose, that requires your attention. Christine does not hold back. She brings all her expertise to every show. Are you ready to create and live the life you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is the Inspired Choices Show with business optimization expert Christine McIver. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine at InspiredChoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Oh gosh, let's talk business. It's one of my favorite topics in the world to talk about. I think business is so much fun. I think that it is a pleasure. It can certainly be challenging at times, but ultimately it is a pleasure. And I also know that the way that you look at something really does show you how you're interacting with something and what you're willing to receive and not receive. So when you're looking at your business as a burden, when you're looking at it as a job, when you're looking at it as an expense, you're going to discover more of those things. But if you're open to receiving intuition, gifts, ideas from your business, it will start to show you even louder. It's already doing that even if you don't realize it. Your business has its own energy. As I said, it's its own entity. It also knows what's working and what's not working. Have you ever tried to do something, say on the computer, everything's working on your computer, there's nothing wrong, and you go to do something specifically in your business, and for the love of money, you can't get it to work? Maybe it's opening a specific website page, or it's trying to create something, and you keep hitting that wall. And you walk away from that task and you go to do something else and everything works fine. That's your business communicating with you. It is. Here is a really cool way of looking at this and really asking some questions to confirm that it is your business. When you get frustrated, have the thought, oh, I wonder if this is something I'm not supposed to do right now. And if you get an easier feeling, even like a lightness of energy or even a giggle, the answer to that is that's correct. You're not supposed to be doing this right now. Walk away from it, right? Walk away from it. Go work on something else until it really feels. And we need to be asking the question, is now the time for this? Is this where I need to be focusing? Also, a great way that your business can bring you gifts is when you get playful with your business. When you spend your time with your business in creativity. And spending time with your business in creativity doesn't mean sitting at your computer and staring at it and hoping to goodness something jumps off the page. It might be walking away and going and doing something that you love to do. Maybe it's getting tactile with something. Maybe it's creating a craft, or it's knitting, or it's painting, or it's, baking, one of my favorite things to do. When you take yourself out of the pressure environment, you oftentimes can lower the barriers to receiving the information. How many of you out there will be driving and you're driving by yourself? And if you're anything like me, lots of times you're driving in silence because this is when you get space. You're driving in silence and all of a sudden you get a creative idea for your business. Or, oh my gosh, I didn't reach out to that prospect, right? These ideas come in because you've created space to receive those ideas. You don't have to wait to be in the car to do this. You could start to create space in your day and really play with your business and create that space so it can communicate with you with ease. Do you see these times of creativity as part of your research and development? If you worked in a large organization, they would have a department called the R&D department, research and development. Your R&D department should exist as well. And this is when you play, you get into creative ideas, and this is when you start to follow the nudges of what's fun. What's fun in light is one of the big gifts that your business has for you. But the seriousness can oftentimes dampen that, and we get so stuck up in what's succeeding. And usually that means, where am I making the money? Is it paying the bills? You cannot expect, a cow to provide milk if all you're doing is leaving it in the stall, expecting the milk to come. Right? The cow has to go out. It has to adventure on the land. It has to allow the thing to be created, the milk to be created. So does your business. You need to allow it the space to be creative, and you are a key component in those creations. Another really fabulous gift that your business gives you is the community impact that you bring to your environment. So when you're working for someone else, you're oftentimes behind a desk, or you're sitting in one location. You're not out and meeting people and growing and contributing to others that are doing the same. When you're in your own business, that's how we meet people. That's how we possibly learn about prospects. That's where we learn about people with different services. The impact that you bring to your community grows and grows and grows. And the impact it brings to you, the community can bring to you, is huge. But if you weren't in your own business, those opportunities, those gifts wouldn't be available to you. This is huge. Some of the really amazing gifts that your business gives to you are things that we look at from a personal development perspective. If you want to grow, get in your own business. If you want to be challenged, get in your own business. If you really want to stretch yourself, get in your own business. And, I say that tongue in cheek, but it's really, really true. Because when it's your own business, everything is reliant upon you and the choices that you make. Ultimately, you're going to make the final choice. Your business is there to gift you. Your business is providing you with opportunities to build your resilience through challenges. But if you're someone that's playing the pity party, or all you're doing is complaining, hey, we all can take those times and just I know I need to oftentimes just like, just dump it all out of my head, verbalize it, and just get it out, right? But I don't stay there. And if you stay there, you're not building resilience. What you're doing is you're building a pity party. Businesses don't succeed when there's a pity party going on. Nobody is attracted to that energy. No client wants to work with someone who is always in the boo-hoos. People want to be attracted to people that are looking forward in their life, that are happy and are excited to a degree about what they do. This also really challenges you to build your confidence, because the gift of the challenges that your business brings to you, it really forces you to step up and own your brilliance. It forces you to become very confident and speak in confident ways so that people are interested in working with you. If you have a great business idea and you have great products or service ideas, you want to come forward with the confidence that you know what you're talking about, that what you deliver is something of excellence. Well, that's one of the gifts of your business is it grows you. It grows your confidence. It grows your resilience. And it grows the way that you want to grow. Because if you really looked at it before you started your business, if you really looked at what are some of the personal development items that I want to expand upon, I bet your confidence would be one of them. I bet the ability to speak on stages would be another. I bet you the idea of people being very attracted to what you've created is another. Well, these challenges that your business brings to you helps you to develop these gifts. These gifts would not be something that you would cultivate easily when you're working with someone else. Oh, you might have confidence when you're going for your job interview. That oftentimes leaves. Or you'll have that confidence when you're having a review or when the boss is walking by. But otherwise, you just, oh, thank goodness, right? When you're in your own business, this is something that you need to cultivate, and your business gives you this opportunity again and again with these challenges. And as these challenges come to you and you develop the resilience, you develop the confidence, you develop your intellect about what you do and your creativity, your business grows. These are gifts. These are huge, huge gifts. Through these challenges, when you are communicating with your business and you're asking your business questions and you're willing to really listen and you realize, oh, okay, this is the information that came to me. This is how I responded. This is my reaction to that. This is my trigger to that. You start to build even more self-awareness and growth. You enhance that self-awareness because, for instance, there was a time in my business where the finances were really bad. I was very close to going bankrupt, and I could see, I was like, intellectually, I was looking at myself and I was really seeing myself have some huge, huge triggers. And I realized that this was an area that required my focus. This was an area that required me to do some huge self-development work because my business was not going to grow if that was the underlying messages that I was, vibrating at. So it really had me dive deep into my self-awareness, and it really had me dive deep into growing who I was and coming to terms with these beliefs and these thoughts that I had that were impacting my business a great deal. That changed so much for me when I stepped up to that challenge. Another huge area that your business is going to gift to you is your leadership and your communication. When you have to be the one talking about your products or your services, you've got to hone in on your communication. If you have team members, you have to hone in on your leadership. There will be times in everybody's business where they've really messed up and they wish they'd have made a different choice. But that's the gift of being in your own business, is that it gives you these opportunities to expand your leadership excellence. It really challenges you to learn how to communicate succinctly, respectfully, in a way that honors your values. These gifts that are coming to you are growing you as a person. They're growing you as an entrepreneur, then they're growing you as a leader in the world. The gifts of a business is huge. And there's even more, but we're up for our last break of the show, my friends. Thank you so much for being here. I know that this is a lot of information, but this is exciting to me because with you listening to all of this, this tells me that you are ready to lean in more and more to receive the gifts of your business and grow you and your business in the direction of your desires. Again, if you have any questions, if you want to learn a little bit more around how I can support you, because supporting people in business is what I absolutely love, send me an email, Christine@ChristineMcIver.com. You can check out my website, ChristineMcIver.com. Of course, wherever you're listening or watching, you can make a comment and I will definitely respond to you. All right, let's go to that final break and we'll be right back. You're listening to Inspired Choices. We're here on the Inspired Choices Network, and I'm your host, Christine McIver. We'll be right back.
Many of us make choices based on our past experiences or based on what others believe. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire for our futures? When you join the Inspired Choices show with business optimization expert Christine McIver, you'll be provoked to look at what is true and what you know, but may not choose, that requires your attention. Christine does not hold back. She brings all her expertise to every show. Are you ready to create and live the life you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email becomeahost@inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is the Inspired Choices Show with business optimization expert Christine McIver. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@inspiredchoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Hey, my friends, thank you so much for being here tonight. You know, even you being here and the energy that you're putting out right now and the energy of your business shows up when I'm doing my show. Even if you're listening to this in the future, that absolutely is what is happening. And I'm so grateful because a lot more information actually comes through when you start to get involved and really participate, just even with your energy. Again, if any of this tonight has piqued curiosity for you, maybe even you're like, I think you're crazy. And you want to challenge me, let's do that. Sometimes, honestly, the biggest growth I've experienced is when I found a huge challenge with something, but I just couldn't look away. When I've had a conversation with someone, then they really helped me to dig in and look at it. It brought me such growth. And if that's happening for you right now, send me an email, Christine@ChristineMcIver.com. Let's have a conversation. We have 15 minutes, no problem. We can have a quick conversation and see if I can clear something up for you. Or perhaps you're ready to grow your business. Perhaps you're ready to really take this to the next level and bring your voice and your expertise out to the world. Receive gifts from your business and grow you. If you're ready to take full control of your business and have the life that you absolutely deserve, let's have a conversation. You have nothing to lose by looking at the possibilities of what a business like this could do for you. I've worked with people for many, many years, thousands of different businesses, helping them to bring their voice, to bring their expertise to the world, and to truly change what it is that they've decided is really going on or will go on for them. That's not necessarily true. You can make new choices every single day. And when we're listening to our intuition, when we're listening to the messages being sent to us by the universe, by our businesses, by everything that we desire, we can start to grow in such exponential ways. It will really surprise you. So before we close off tonight, I want to first of all tell you that next week, the show is called Revenue Does Not Equal Income. We're going to dive into that part because, at this time of the year, so it's January the 29th right now, 2025. If you're listening live, you know that. If you're not, that's when this was recorded. A lot of people at the beginning of the year really start to look at revenue, and income. And there's so many things that people miss when they are looking at the finances. And that's what I want to talk about next week. So don't go away or come back next week and let's have another conversation. I want to just touch on a couple more gifts that your business does provide for you. One of the big ones is fostering a growth mindset. When your business when you're in partnership with your business and your business is continually bringing opportunities to you, it really is teaching you to foster a growth mindset. Your business wants to give you your desires. And so these challenges, these opportunities, they're going to come again and again and again. And you're going to start to shift. If you listen, if you keep leaning in, you're going to start to really shift into a growth mindset. When you're in a growth mindset, you have an expectation that opportunities will continue to come, that finances will continue to grow. It's one of the best gifts in the world to have that and to have your business have your back in that. You're going to also develop deep emotional intelligence about who you are and what your business is. Spend time every day in play. Spend time every day in some quiet with your business. Journal, paint, go for a walk in nature, and talk to your business. Be willing to receive from your business. You may think you're crazy when you're doing it, but what if? What if you tried this and it really started to change things for you? I know it changes things for all sorts of business owners, and I absolutely can tell you so many stories about how it's changed for me. I wish you great success. I wish you so much happiness in your business. I really do believe that business is and can be pleasurable for everyone. If you've enjoyed tonight's show or any of the shows here on the Inspired Choices Network, I would love for you to go to iTunes and give us a 5-star review. Search for my show, Inspired Choices with Christine McIver. I'll be very grateful. And this is going to assist in getting the information out to those who need it. We all know people who are in business and who are struggling or feel defeated, oftentimes wanting to quit. Well, please share this with people that you know. I would love to make a contribution to them, even if all they did was listen and didn't reach out. That's fine. This information needs to be in everyone's hands. Until next week, my friends, I want you to remember that you can always make another choice. The choices are available to you. The choices are going to come to you again and again. Try something. If it doesn't feel great, if it needs to be tweaked, make another choice. You are not at the effect of your choices. You are at the effect of your mindset. Your choices can change again and again and again. So you've got to ask yourself, if you're in business, if you desire to be in business, what choice could I make today that would move me one step closer to my desires? You can do this. You can be happy in business. You can be successful and financially wealthy, but you've got to be willing to challenge yourself and lean in. Until next week, my friends, remember, you can always make
Thank you for
another
choosing
choice.
to listen to Inspired Choices Show. Christine McIver will return next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. We hope you'll join us. Until then, be willing to choose what you really desire. This is your life, making the choices that bring you all that you desire.